my friend, shall we depart to Caldeum?
It was all just stories. My uncle saw what he wanted to see.
Deckard sacrificed much to protect this world. But his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heaven strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will now answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother.
You chose to be one of us.
Sacrilege.
Thus, I fell, willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
I never believed all your crazy tales. The work you never finished. I will finish it, Uncle. I will carry on for you.
Now that Tristram is safe, I travel to Caldeum, the great city of the East. It has fallen before one of the last lords of Hell, Belial. I mean to set the city free.
You may notice that jewels you find enhance your already considerable abilities. I can combine similar gems to make a more powerful one. At the moment, I can only offer you a few basic pieces of jewelry. Now, if you bring me supplies, I will eventually be able to offer you exciting and exotic new designs. But it doesn't have to be just business with us. Come by and talk anytime, my friend. Ah, very interesting topic. I sell jewels.
Well, I suppose that could be interesting. What are you doing so far from Xiansai?
The women. Young ladies chasing me around day and night, begging for a kiss. I had to leave. It was the only honorable thing to do.
I somehow feel that you aren't being entirely truthful with me.
Truth? Never touch the stuff. I heard a rumor that there is a strange and mysterious jewel crafting device hidden in the aqueducts of the Daugr Oasis. I have a mind to go search for it myself. Don't worry, I won't go alone. I'm sure I'll find someone to show me around. Oh, it's even harder than I remembered, Ed. I'm afraid I'm growing weak. I need a drink and a bath. And something to keep the sun off. Or maybe just a nice cool jewel to put on my forehead. That will fix everything.
Where are you from?
Kingsport, the city by the sea, home to the great merchant fleets and endless nets of reeking fish.
And your trade?
I am between jobs at the moment.
You've never done an honest day's work in your life, have you?
Nonsense. I am the most honest thief you will ever meet. Wanted, one relic, scarlet, roughly the size of a man's fist. It was stolen 2 months past during a deplorable theft from the Merchants Guild Bank. Those apprehended were not in possession of the item. The relic is greatly missed by its rightful owner, who offers a reward for its safe return.
You shouldn't waste time chasing women.
Waste? Time is scarcely better spent.
But you do not keep any of them.
I've only found one worth keeping, but she slipped away from me.
Still, you shouldn't bother every woman who crosses your path.
Well, no. Sometimes they should bother me.
How did you learn to fight?
My brother taught me when we were younger. He thought the crossbow was the best weapon for me since it would give me time to run away if I botched things too badly.
Where is he now?
Oh, he's still in Kingsport. I expect he'll be there a good long time.
How did you become a thief?
Well, that's a long and terrible story that you wouldn't want to hear.
You found something you liked and couldn't afford?
Basically.
Maybe you should be more reasonable in the future.
Oh, there was nothing reasonable about her. Do you ever doubt your choices?
Often, but I make them anyway.
Things never seem to turn out like I hope they will.
You must be bold and move forward.
Try living in the slums before you lecture me.
I have, when I was a child. Perhaps you're right. How does one become a Templar anyway? Were you born to the Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
That seems a little unfair. You are not a weed.
You speak out of kindness, but you do not understand. When they took me, they saved my life and my immortal soul.
You told me that your Order saved your soul by recruiting you. What are these sins that haunt you?
I cannot tell you.
No good comes from ignoring your past. You should seek knowledge, not hide from it.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our pasts. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
Tell me more about your Order. Why did they make you forget your past?
Our initiation blinds us to our sinful pasts, so that we might clearly see the future and prepare for the final battle.
I have read of a number of ways to make someone lose their memory. How does your Order do it?
I was chained to a wall and beaten. By the third day, I was mad from pain and hunger. And that is when the whipping began. I was told I relived all of my transgressions. Everything that brought me tainted joy. The whip took away that joy. Then the sin, leaving me pure.
That's... I'm sorry, but they treated you like an animal. Worse than an animal.
Don't you understand? The Templar Order is trying to protect humanity from extinction. What is my pain against that goal?
In the Ishari Sanctum, certain books were considered forbidden. No one was permitted to lay eyes on them.
That is wise. Knowledge can indeed corrupt.
No, you're wrong. One of those books held the prophecy that brought me here. Your order binds you in rules and calls you a sinner. What if you were to recover your memories and find no sin in your past at all?
I cannot lie. That has occurred to me. But if it were true, it would ruin everything I fight for. Everything.
An enchanting young woman, who is much more than her youth suggests, will come to your aid today. She can be of great help to you, so try to be polite, will you?
What is going to happen that I will need her help?
The Coven will use deception to try to ambush you. Ugh, how predictable. I was just talking to Hedrick. He is still denying his grief. He really needs to open up. If he would just let me comfort him, it would do him a world of good.
Hey lady, I got some new things. You should take a look.
Your grandfather was King Leoric's Chancellor? Tell me about him.
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Caldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
I studied the fall of Tristram, but it is easy to forget that it happened to real people. Your grandfather was a brave man. I lived in Caldeum not too long ago. You said you were there with your father?
Yes, he was a diplomat. We had a manor with servants and terraces, all of that. Everything changed when the trouble started. Somehow, rumors spread that my grandfather was responsible for the king's madness. My father's work fell apart. No one would speak to him. He kept believing it would blow over, though.
Did it?
No. I'd rather not talk about it now if you don't mind. I've work to see to. I can tell by the look in your eye that you're not going to leave it alone. You want to hear what happened to my father?
I must admit, I'm curious.
Right, well, my father tried to dispel the rumors about my grandfather. No one would listen. Then one night, a week later, crazed refugees from Tristram came for revenge. I remember my father screaming for us to get out. And nasty laughter. A lot of it. Just before justice shoved me out the window, I saw my father crawling up the stairs at me, with 2 daggers in his back and a third whipping round his throat.
You've known such tragedy in your life, my friend.
You move on. What else is there?
I have never been outside the city my entire life. I have never even been outside the palace. When they threw us out here, I thought I would die. I was terrified. But now, look at this view. I have never understood how large the world actually was. It is beautiful.
Here we are. Caldeum, Jewel of the East. Uncle Deckard loved this place.
He wouldn't now that it is under the spell of Belial, Lord of Lies. I can smell his stench on the air.
We need to split up. You two search for Belial, while I hunt that witch Magda. Kane's death will not go unanswered. How does it feel to be back in Caldeum?
I told myself I'd never come back here. And yet here I am.
Because of what happened to your father?
Because of what happened to me. Some scars don't heal, and there's no point in scratching at them, is there? The weather doesn't suit me either.
New goods today. Please look, you won't be disappointed.
You seem down today. Tell me what Miriam can do for you.
I am not down, but the Coven and their demonic master are nothing to laugh at.
What is life without laughter? So the demon lords want to crush all humanity beneath their heel. Does that mean you can't smile? The cultists are making a great mess of things out in the desert. They deserve the pain for death you will bring to them.
Of course. But what are they trying to do?
They are torturing and killing innocent villagers to lure you into their trap. But you'll get the better of them, won't you?
I knew you would lead me to exciting and mysterious places. We should encounter the jewel I seek any day now.
Tell me more about this jewel.
Oh, it's nothing special. It merely changes form to evade pursuers and drives its owners mad.
What? Why would you search for such a thing?
Because it's mine. You try to give a young man some advice, and he assumes you are the Sensei god of thieves, traveling in disguise as an elderly jeweler. I understand his confusion, as I do share certain features.
Such as?
Well, we both are handsome, impossibly clever, adequately bearded, oh, and handsome. I know I repeat myself, but our sheer beauty should not be understated.
The people of Shansai worship 59 gods, but few are more revered than Zai, the exiled trickster god who travels the face of the world disguised as a humble merchant. Tales of his adventures range from ingenious thefts and practical jokes to more lurid exploits, none of which I'm comfortable recording here.
God, where did these refugees come from?
I am not a god. I am a Shira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Magda's coven. It even now wreaks havoc throughout the borderlands.
It seems fate has brought us together. I hunt Magda. Do you know where she is?
She's heading toward Alcarnus, but has blocked the road behind her. However, there is another way. Through the Kasim outpost. All of these people have fled from the cultists in Alcarnus. They are refugees far from their homes.
Why can't they enter the city?
The Imperial Guard lets no one in. These people are sentenced to a slow death. The Iron Wolves were mercenaries, until we helped the Zakarum priests find the successor to the first Emperor Hakan. We became the Emperor's personal guard after that, but everything changed a few months ago when the first refugees began arriving. An Imperial Guard was created to protect the citizens from the refugees, while we were out in the desert fighting the Coven and their demon spawn. Eventually, they took over.
Have you heard? Emperor Hakan threw his entire court out of the city. They're trapped out here with the rest of us.
There is some justice in this world, after all.
Justice? They're a load of pompous fools. But even they don't deserve what's coming tonight.
What happens tonight?
They're wearing jewels worth more than any of us see in a year. And they have to sleep sometime.
This gate leads to Alcarnus. You'll need to follow the long road over the canyon bridge and through the Kasim outpost. We haven't heard anything from the Iron Wolves in the desert. If you make it to the Kasim outpost, seek out Captain Davey.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, eh?
Many of my banished fears have fled for Lut Gholein. Not I. I shall wait for our Emperor to come to his senses.
Very noble, my lady. So it has nothing to do with the last caravan leaving 10 minutes ago?
What impudence! How dare you even speak to me?
Apologies, my lady. You'd best take up your concerns with the Emperor.
My family. I lost my whole family out there. Everything I had was in Alcarnus. I am ruined.
The last Emperor wouldn't have treated us like this. His death was convenient for the boy, wasn't it?
All this pain and suffering. This is what happens when you let a child sit on the throne.
Ah, an adventurer. I love selling to adventurers. They rarely live long enough to complain about quality.
Most commoners know Chaldean by reputation, if not direct experience. The trade city has existed for thousands of years, predating even the Mage clan wars. Its neutral stance throughout the following centuries saved it from the destruction that visited the nearby city of Vizjun, and life, along with trade, carried on.
Alcarnus is being destroyed by the Coven. I've seen people skinned alive.
Don't look at me like that. I'm no common thief. I just temporarily mislaid my purse. This store's owner would be proud to let someone like me purchase his vegetables on credit. Were he here.
Why don't you come see Tilnan's new goods? You will not be disappointed, I assure you. The prices may be high, but the quality is worth every coin.
The inner city is closed by order of His Eminence, Emperor Hakan II. For now, you must all remain here.
Let us in! We are dying of hunger and thirst. Can't you smell the stench of death?
The Emperor has forsaken us.
Back, or we will force you back.
Your Imperial Guard would let us die here. At least the Iron Wolves try to aid us.
Mention them again, and I will leave your corpse for them to find.
We need to be within the safety of the city walls.
The Emperor must listen.
Life in the Borderlands was hard, but we had our dignity. We came here for help, and how do they treat us? Like animals.
Shudder, child, what is that foul stench?
It's the sewer, sir. That hole goes right into it.
I'm sure our Emperor had his reasons for closing the gates, but how are we expected to sleep scant inches from tunnels packed with filth?
A bit of advice, my lord. If I were you, I would sleep with my back against a wall.
Teriel and I learned that while the Iron Wolves were fighting Magda in the desert, the Emperor replaced them with Imperial guards who bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves were sent out to die. Belial has made his move. We must find a way into the city.
As a child, I explored Chaldean while Uncle Deckard studied here. I can get in through the sewers.
Good. Learn what you can while I head to Alcarnus to take care of Magda.
Be careful. Alcarnus sounds like Magda's trap.
Take heed, traveler. Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
They're welcome to try. I have come here to kill them, and their leader.
Then you must not go alone. I shall accompany you. There are illusions out there. Mirages to some. But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
I've dealt with these cultists before. Their traps are easily spotted, but my thanks for the warning.
Stay back! They're in the rocks!
Be careful. They are very near to us.
Are you certain? The road seems impassable.
You should never have come. Demons will feast on your bones.
How did you know about the ambush?
I am an enchantress. The ways of magic and illusion are familiar to me. My name is Arena.
I'm no stranger to magic myself, and yours is pretty unusual. What are you really doing out here?
Well, I am also looking for someone. But here, let me clear the way for you.
Captain, from behind!
Protect the people! Iron Wolf!
If not for you, the Lacuni would have eaten well this day.
Should I expect more Lacuni on the road to Alcanus?
Even worse. Cultists are casting spells in 2 of their desert lairs to obscure the Black Canyon Bridge.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there. There is another illusion here. The cultists tried to hide their footsteps. Their spells are weak and easily countered. If we follow these prints, we can find their lairs and quote the rituals. I will seek out any other traces of their magic.
Time to test my skill.
One of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside. There should be another ritual at a cellar to the east of here.
I owe you my life. Bless you.
They tortured my poor husband.
We will avenge him. Look, more hidden footprints.
others.
Take that! And that! Stay firm! I won't let you down while I still stand! Thanks, but there's no time for pleasantries. Save my men. They're scattered in this cave.
I'll help. I'm all right. You need your strength, soldier. And stop bleeding. That is an order.
Yes. Yes, sir. Captain, there are too many! Let's help the others before they fall! Almost dead. Thank you. That's everyone. Let us report back to the captain.
Everyone's accounted for. Or dead. All right, men. Finish patching up these two and let's get out of this damned pit.
Yes, sir. Wait. Do you hear that? Another ambush!
Men, kill that thing! That was a trying battle. Thank you for your help.
Look, more hidden footprints.
disrupted!
There. That ought to dispel the Coven's magic. Let us go to the bridge.
I'd lost all hope.
Bless you.
Akarat bless you.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils, and is a master of deceit.
Tell me, what shall you do when Magda is dead?
The Lords of Hell, Belial and Asmodan, are plotting an invasion. I will cause them to suffer greatly.
How curious. You must be the one... I think it is time for you to know my true tale. I am not from Chaldea. I learned these spells 1,500 years ago. My sisters and I pledged our service to a man of great power. We called him the Prophet. He trained us and placed us in a magical slumber to awaken in this era. I am to prevent the Lords of Hell from invading.
You're serious, aren't you? I read about a stasis spell like that once, but I've never tried it. Come with me. It will be nice to have another mage along. Time to test my... Now to find the Kasim outpost. This is no illusion. The road is blocked. I must go through Kasim outpost to the west. Didn't see that coming, did you? Need more time.
Over here, please. There isn't much time. The miners, my friends, disappeared one by one, tortured or enslaved by the cultists. Only I was left.
Careful now. You are gravely wounded.
Yes, but for a good end. I released the fiend that lay deep within the cave. Then lured the cultists inside. Please, go down there. Ensure they're all dead. And kill that horror before it...
We cannot control it any longer!
Myself. Still waiting.
The Thaurus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all demons, having defeated the angels many times in the eternal conflict across Pandemonium and the prime evils in the demonic civil war. If the Lord of Sin ever assaults our realm, we truly have much to fear.
Captain of the Guard, you are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Kasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant. for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
We've been safe ever since the Imperial Guard came.
If you need a place to camp until the gates are open, there is room in our cellars, safe from the desert heat.
The Imperial Guard will keep us safe.
I need you to open the gate. I must reach Alcanus.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down in the command post. He's got the gate key.
Here you are, delivered unto me as a sacrifice. A gift from Lord Belial.
Sacrifice? Me? Belial set you here as bait to lure me away from his treachery in Chaldea.
No! He would never betray me! Strike her down!
Belial is the Lord of Lies, Magda. The truth is, you were dead the minute you killed Cain.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sacrifice us to Belial. Iron Wolves, take back the town!
We've been discovered!
Has Magda reached Alcanus?
Yes, we've heard rumors of a horrible slaughter there.
Then please, open the gate. It is well past time for Magda to die.
The Imperial Guard was infiltrated by demons? Or are they all demons?
The demons came disguised as members of the Imperial Guard. They control our minds, train them to create their illusions.
I wonder what happened to my son.
Magda will soon pay for your death, Deckard Cain. Your defenses are nothing. Creature must die.
Diablo was the youngest of the prime evils, but I found him the most dangerous, for his power over terror left him incapable of feeling fear. Though he had easily possessed and corrupted many humans, Diablo's essence was finally trapped in a soul stone and banished to the unfathomable abyss 20 years ago.
Thank the gods. I must escape.
Help us! You can't leave us here! I can't believe it's over.
No illusions to hide behind this time. I didn't think you were brave enough to face me in the flesh.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his.
Magda has paid for your death. In her final miserable moments, Magda swore that the demon lord Belial would soon rule this world. He'll have to defeat me first.
New goods today. Please look.
Come now.
Do you have any other family, Lyndon?
My brother and I were orphans. We only had each other.
Is he a thief as well, then?
No, he was a member of the city guard.
That seems odd.
Not as much as you might think. Until the end, that is.
Why didn't you become a guard like your brother?
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical. A complete bore, I'd say.
And you were drawn to trouble?
Hardly. I was just amusing myself with a thieves' guild. It was nothing serious.
Until you were a wanted man.
That may have been serious.
How long did it take you to get here?
Well, it was not very easy to find you. I had to search for days. When I woke up alone, I did not know what had happened. I wrote about it a little. You may read more if you wish. I felt no fear when they sealed the tomb before me, only a sense of peace as my mind drifted away into the darkness. It seems I opened my eyes only seconds later and beheld the chamber in ruins, half buried in sand. I have left everything behind. Only hope guides me now.
So what was this place like during your time?
Beautiful cities towered up toward the heavens, but they were full of wickedness. The Vigerai ruled them with will's sharpest stone.
The Vigerai mage clans, you mean? I suppose they are pretty ancient.
They were a great deal more vicious in my age. It pleases me to see that their influence has waned now.
Was the Prophet one of them?
Oh no. He meant to punish the Vigerai. They were the first to summon demons into this land.
Is everything as the Prophet told you, or have there been surprises?
Well, I did not expect you to keep company with a seraph.
Tyrael? But he's not really an angel anymore.
I knew what he was the instant I beheld him, but being in his presence makes me quite nervous.
He is only trying to help.
We do not deserve it. Tyrael sacrificed all he knew to aid us. I hope it is worthwhile.
I have considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
Yes, you blaze so brightly that you willingly blind yourself. You said before that you have doubts.
I wouldn't know how to begin. How do I seek memories that have been taken from me?
I find that meditating on a problem can help focus your mind.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order. I have thought of a way to retrieve my lost memories, but it is dangerous. I must ask you to promise me something. Should I lapse into my old sins, whatever they may be, you must kill me, as I killed Jondar.
I choose redemption, but regardless, what is your idea?
I found a journal on Jondar's corpse, written in an ancient Templar cipher. I can translate it, but it will take some time. Perhaps studying his treachery will give me a clue into my past.
Well, that sounds ideal. What troubles you?
Jondar was once a man of faith, devoted to the Templar Order. What if he discovered something that made him betray himself? It matters not, for I must do this anyway. I have translated a strange passage from Jondar's journal. Long before he began serving Magda, he found a set of what he called key words hidden in a dusty librum. He writes that when he read these words, memories from his past returned to torment him. It was at that point that he began to mistrust the Order. though he did not say why. I am prepared to look upon these words and risk my soul. But I want you to understand something. I know I may die at any time. When I do, it must be without a single doubt that I am serving the light.
There is no evil in seeking knowledge. It is what you do with it that matters.
Thank you, my friend. But please, remember your promise.
I must say, I'm very fond of this new family I find myself in. But you could be a bit more open about your love for us, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't try to hide it. You act like you just need us for our skills, but we know the real reason you've brought us along with you. Have I ever told you that I knew Shen before he became part of our family here? Oh, he is such a sweet old fool. What a wild love we had for each other. He used to do the most surprising things, if you know what I mean. I could tell you stories that would curl your hair.
Please don't. Have things changed much in Chaldeum since you've been gone?
Last time I passed through here was soon after meeting Mira. She wanted to stop and see the city, but I convinced her to travel on. My good memories of Chaldeum feel like I'm watching someone else's life. I'll be glad for us to be gone.
Did you meet your wife here?
It's actually quite a tale. We met in a town not far from here on the outskirts of Curast. She was... well, you're not gonna believe it. She was locked in a cage.
You married a criminal?
No. They were gonna burn her as a witch.
You married a witch?
Let's talk about this another time.
I stayed outside last night. I tried to ignore the silence, but the empty air felt like an open mouth above my head. Eventually, I realized I had to sleep. If someone was going to kill me, I was already dead. I hadn't slept that well in years.
Oh, the Jewel of the East! Chaldeum is really quite amazing. I have never seen anything quite like it. And I have seen so many things in my life.
Chaldeum is a city, not an actual jewel.
That explains quite a bit, actually.
In her final moments, Magda claimed that the Imperial Guard had captured Leah. At the Kasim outpost, I discovered that these guards are serpent demons under Belial's control.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah and her growing power. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
Perhaps Ashira of the Iron Wolves could get us close to the Emperor. I will go speak with her. If you were an angel, how did your fall raise the dead?
Not just any angel. I was the Archangel of Justice. My fall awoke the vengeful dead who were slain unjustly during Diablo's reign of terror. There was nothing I could do. As my power left my body, I had absolutely no control over it. Chaldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan.
I've heard it called the Jewel of the East.
Its libraries overflow with undeciphered tomes of arcane knowledge. Its streets cover labyrinthine tunnels. It is a city of wonder and mystery. I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
That is what it means to be human. You suffer, but you endure.
The human spirit never ceases to amaze me. I feel Belial in the very air. I see his shadow behind haunted eyes, hear his voice whispering lies on the wind. He need not bring an army to this city. It is his already.
There's that wizard. She must be spectacular to have destroyed those cultists in Alcarnus.
I can't believe anyone could have survived that out there, let alone defeat those monsters.
I know, but she did it. Attention, subjects of Emperor Hakan II. A trespasser has been sighted in the city sewers. Witnesses describe the suspect as a young woman in a crimson tunic. Reports indicate that she arrived in Caldeum recently, along with a party of suspicious travelers. Any information leading to her immediate capture will be handsomely rewarded by His Eminence.
Damius, is that you? What happened?
Thieving peasants. They came while I was sleeping, pinned me down, and cut off my robes and jewelry.
I'm so sorry, my friend. Come, stay with me. I am sharing a tent with a fine and generous family.
Oh no, I am staying where the guards are. You wait and see. That peasant family is going to slit your throat and rob your corpse.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
From the sculpted sky roads leading to the Imperial Palace, one can see all of breathtaking Caldeum below.
Breathtaking? Before the gates closed, I saw 3 rats and a starving child fighting over half an apple.
It pleases you to exaggerate, I'm sure.
No, it pleases me to pass out drunk in the shade. But here we are.
The Emperor is destroying the city. He must come to his senses soon.
To come so close to this wonder city and not be allowed inside is worse than never seeing it at all.
The Zakarum are behind everything that's going wrong around here. They raised the Emperor, you know.
Caldeum relies on trade to survive. If they keep the city closed for long, it will die.
It's quite difficult to keep the sand out of here. You haven't been out in the desert recently, have you?
The Trade Consortium Council has always been the ruling body of Caldeum, but it gained additional strength after the fall of the Vigieri. The councilmen saw opportunity in the rapidly growing Zakarum faith, and they allowed the fanatics to build their enormous cathedral, Saldenkal, within the center of the city. Not content to reign supreme in commerce and religion, the Trade Consortium Council aspired to make Caldeum a nexus of learning as well. It proposed to unite the mage academies in a massive new structure, the Ashari Sanctum, which has remained a beacon of knowledge and advancement ever since.
I wouldn't go over there if I were you. Some poor fellow fell to his death from the walls.
Is there no one to help us? The demons have taken over the desert. How long until they come to Caldeum?
My little Hakan has become so cruel, so paranoid in the last few weeks. I hear that he has ordered all of his staff to leave the city, or he will have them thrown from the walls. He cannot possibly mean me. I have cared for him since he was an infant.
Why don't you come see Tilnan's new goods? You will not be disappointed, I assure you.
We paid tribute to the Emperor for years. He cannot treat us like this.
Captain Ravan, the conditions out here are deplorable. Something must be done to aid these people.
The Emperor must listen.
Ashira, the Emperor and my friend are in grave danger. I must gain entry into the palace.
I heard what you did at Qasim Outpost in Alcarnus. You have my thanks. And you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, this woman has vital information regarding the massacre in the Borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive. Let them pass!
We need to be within the safety of the city walls!
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Alcarnus.
Do not be taken in by those lies. Alcarnus was the work of servants of Belial, Magda and her coven.
If you are innocent, then why do you have spies skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
We should leave here, before more guards arrive.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there. These demons are blocking our way. We must destroy their summoning construct. The sewers from here. This leads to the sewers. I found my mother Adria. She's alive. But the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here. We will find her.
Don't worry about me.
So Magda was telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. Always knew it. But you never knew her. Be wary, Mia. Things are not as they seem sometimes. That creature must die! Not ready yet. Your defenses are nothing.
Over here! We could use your help! We think we have found a haunted chest spoken of in legends.
And you need my help because...
In case the tales are true, of course. What if it's haunted?
You would not mind opening it, would you?
Who disturbs my sleep? Join me in death and torment! Tell us about the Black Soul Stone! We know of the three that the Horadrim used to trap the Primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life. But I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
This is not the time to discuss the past. Let us get to safety. happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
Please, just tell me.
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I will wait until you are ready.
God, you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
You're kind of odd sometimes.
It is merely the consequence of seeing that which is not readily visible. I have accepted it.
I didn't mean to offend you. We mages are all a little unusual, you know.
Then you have my thanks. Although, perhaps you are right. I feel as though part of me still sleeps in a faraway realm.
Maybe you just need time.
That would be nice. But the feeling I have indicates that it is more unpleasant and complicated than that.
My people are shunned many places, but we were always welcomed in Caldeum. Something must be very wrong, that they won't even let their own people into the city now.
Something? You're a mystic. Can't you be more specific?
Is that any way to speak to me? And you don't need visions to see that Belial is in control of the city. The question is how. Those you've chosen to fight alongside you are an interesting bunch. Children after my own heart, flawed in such interesting ways. Irena is quite vivacious for one with such a burden, don't you think? Cormac certainly does. He'd best keep his vows in mind, or maybe he shouldn't. And that Lyndon, he makes me laugh. He can warm my bed any night. Reminds me of my second husband, he does.
New goods today. Please look.
A week ago, I was deafened by the voices. Council members argued in the corridors outside my chambers. Guards chanted on their patrols and scribes murmured incessantly. Out here, there is only the wind.
I heard that you were there 20 years ago, when Mount Arreat was destroyed.
Baal, the Lord of Destruction, sought to enslave mankind to the power of hell by corrupting the sacred World Stone. Unthinkable though it was, I was forced to destroy it.
And half the countryside with it.
Understand, friend, that entire worlds burned as heaven and hell fought over the World Stone. Arreat's destruction was regrettable. And believe me, I paid a high cost as well.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe. He's gone now. Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Herodric texts, only two evils remain. Belial is here in Caldeum, and Asmodan has yet to reveal himself.
Did you find it difficult to abandon your child?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Herodric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you ever see him again?
Only from afar. From time to time our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
How were you captured by the Imperial Guard?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me.
What happened to you after you destroyed the World Stone?
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
Did the other angels welcome you back as a hero?
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell.
Tell me more about your wife.
Very funny. I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
A real boy meets witch story.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. But that's a story for another time.
The guards were asking you about this Black Soul Stone. I remember reading about it in Uncle's journal, but it didn't seem important.
No, but it is. It is the key to defeating evil forever. It was created by the mage Zoltan Kuhl to trap demonic souls.
Yes! He was a renegade Horadrim, dismembered by his brethren before he could activate the Soul Stone. His head was sealed away in the Dulgar Oasis.
We must retrieve it, because if we're to use the Soul Stone to defeat Belial and Azmodan, Zoltan Kuhl must live again.
We rescued Leah's mother, the witch, Adria. She revealed to us the existence of the Black Soul Stone, an artifact that could destroy all evil forever. Of all mortals, I have been given the task of retrieving it.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Horadrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return. Zoltan Kuhl, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
A madman. We would do better to leave him asleep in the desert than to call on him for aid.
You have a better idea.
I do not. It is merely a warning.
Tyrael thinks that Zoltan Kuhl is untrustworthy. Is it wise to ignore an angel?
It will be dangerous, but you have faced great peril before. If Belial and Azmodan invade, you will have much more to worry about than a dismembered wizard.
I don't like dealing with Kuhl any better than you do, but I see no other way. If Adria says we must, then we must. Uncle Deckard trusted her, and so will I.
300 years ago, I selected Kuhl and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
Why did the Horadrim kill Zoltan Kuhl?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
This Adria, I sense dark things about her. She is not averse to using whatever means necessary to destroy Asmodan and Belial. She will use the Black Soulstone, no matter what the cost.
I can understand that. The Demon Lords are a threat to the whole world.
Some costs may prove too high, even for you. I worry about Leah. How is she?
She seems fine. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. She just needs someone looking out for her. This Zoltan Kuhl sounds like an untrustworthy fellow. You don't have your head separated from your body for no good reason.
We need him to get the Soul Stone.
Well, if you must. But I don't trust any of those ancient sorcerer types. Always up to no good.
I think I might have met Sultan Kuhl once. He seemed like a perfectly reasonable sort, for a mage, that is.
Is there something wrong with being a mage?
Oh, yes. Well, you know how they can be. With the waving hands and the mumbling all the time. They can be a little strange.
Still waiting.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
I do not feel well.
I'm not surprised. You've been out in the sun for hours.
I can't leave. The Emperor will come to his senses any moment now.
Take some of my water, you fool.
They will never break our spirits.
I know a lot of people are happy that the nobles are out here with us, but we are used to this life. It must be hard on them.
There's an underground movement to depose the Emperor. That's why they have us all trapped out here. They're trying to break us.
How long must this continue? It's hard to stay hopeful.
I heard you were responsible for destroying the Coven. They were a bit soft in the head, were they not?
Chaldeum changed drastically in recent years when the Kurast nobles all but invaded the city. Soon after, their emperor, Hakan I, joined them and made Chaldeum his capital. Though his actions seemed audacious, he managed to bring further peace and prosperity to the city for the duration of his reign. All was well under the new emperor until his untimely death forced the Zakarum priests to find a new heir for Kejistan's throne. Through a series of elaborate rituals, undoubtedly a spectacle for their superstitious followers, they determined an impoverished infant in the north was Hakan I's spiritual successor.
The Imperial Guards are demons in disguise. I swear it's true.
I hear the Imperial Guard's hold on the city is weakening. I hear some of their prisoners escaped.
I remember when Chaldeum was the shining jewel of the East.
I used to dream of coming here.
Lost some of its luster now, eh?
It's disgusting. I've seen that woman going in and out of the sewers.
You never can tell with those types.
What in the burning hells are you? You look like you could stone the city gates all by yourself. Maybe I could convince you to try.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Emperor Hakan?
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The guards would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the oasis. I can open this gate for you.
How did this all happen?
There's little I can do. Between my advisors and the Imperial Guard, my every move and action are controlled. I've tried to fight back, but Belal's influence is strong. But now you've given me a chance. Perhaps my only chance.
How will you be able to assist me?
You're here to kill Belal, aren't you? I can help.
I wouldn't want to put you in danger.
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. I will find where Belial is hiding and deliver him to you.
Why should I trust you? You tried to kill us.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled and I am surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
Need more time. If only they could see me now. Not ready yet. Good. I astound myself. Need more time. If only they could see me now. Warming up. Not ready yet. I'm just warming up. Still waiting. Your defenses are nothing. Need more time. Seems a likely place to hide the head of a deranged sorcerer.
We are in agreement. Kul, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the storms and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
You dare attack me?
Ariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
Not ready yet. If only they could see me now.
We set out in 1 week's time, into the desolate sands, to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
If you keep holding back, then you'll never improve. It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltan Kul. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last 2 Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Ah, fate is whimsical. I will give you the Black Soul Stone, but in exchange, I must be made whole once again.
You were treacherous before. How do I know you won't be an even greater threat once you've been fully revived?
You don't. So you must ask yourself, how much would you risk to save this wretched world?
Everything.
Ah, so be it. To begin, you will need to retrieve my blood from the dungeons where it has been hidden away. You will find them in the desolate sands beyond the aqueducts.
I'm going to go with you. We should bring Kul's head with us. Maybe he'll have something useful to say. I'll put him in your bag.
After surviving the devastation in Tristram all those years ago, I swore vengeance upon Diablo and his ilk. I've sacrificed everything for it. This is my path, and I will follow it through to its bloody end.
Leah looks to you for guidance, much as she did her uncle.
She has a kind heart.
You don't approve?
Kindness will not help us survive in these dark times. The Lord of Lies is cunning. He wears many masks to hide his shifting nature from us. But we will have an advantage over him. The Black Soul Stone. Belial fears its power, for Soul Stones have bested his siblings in the past, and he could be imprisoned as well.
Have you fought Belial before?
Not openly. He was never one to lead an army. Always in the shadows, much like his mentor, Mephisto. He wields intrigue and artifice as proficiently as you wield your weapons.
What happened when you were with the Vetchin?
When we first joined the wagon train, we were just 2 lost souls. The Vetchin thought it was unbearably romantic. A pair of lovers on the run from their pasts. I suppose it might have even been true. A mystic with the Vetchin recognized Mira's talent immediately. We stayed with them while Mira learned from her.
Along the way, we fell in love and married. I've never known anything as surely as my love for her.
Maybe she cast a spell on you.
Never mind.
I was just another highborn courtier in the palace. But I dreamed of being a famous poet, like Solan. Have you read his work? It makes your heart sing. My ability is nowhere near his, but I suppose you will see that for yourself. When the desert sands silence their whispers in the night, and the 1,000 lights of the stars bleed into the darkness, I will find you in the void. My love will pour from me as words pour from my pen.
You're looking at me in a very strange manner.
I've just realized that you never discouraged that man from believing you were the god of thieves.
Why would I?
Because you're not a god.
My thousands of romantic conquests would disagree.
You speak of all these women. Surely there was one who you truly loved.
Ah, yes. The unreasonable one I spoke of earlier. I loved her with every inch of my heart, before it went black as coal.
What happened to her?
Well, she did what all unreasonable women do. Married the wrong man.
Why didn't you stop him?
It wouldn't have been easy. He was my brother.
You said that your sisters were supposed to join you here. Where are they?
They should have awakened as well, but their mission has already ended.
How?
I sought out the closest two before I met you. They lay dead and mutilated in their chambers. The others are some distance away. I fear the worst.
Who could have killed them?
There were traces of demonic magic upon their wounds. But surely the Prophet could have protected them. Where has he gone?
The sands will wear your skin away. It is not like it was out there.
I don't care. I cannot take it here anymore.
Calm down. Things are changing.
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
This has been good for me, for all of us. It has helped us learn to cherish what we do have.
Living like this wears on you. I don't know how much I can take.
They won't break me. I will not give in.
You should leave this place. The Imperial Guard does not like people they cannot intimidate. You're a threat to them. You should leave this place.
It used to be only the drunks talked about demons. I don't know what's happening around here anymore.
It's been better around here since we started getting food and water from the Dalgar oasis.
May the gods bestow their blessing upon you for freeing the borderlands from the demons.
Why don't you come see Tilnan's new goods? You will not be disappointed.
I'm starting to think we might survive this after all.
No thanks to the Emperor.
I heard there's someone even more powerful than the Emperor on our side. A hero from the West.
Now you're dreaming.
Nothing survives in the desolate sands. You're an interesting one, aren't you? I wonder if your friends know what you truly are.
Just what are you implying?
Oh, all will be revealed in time.
Still waiting.
I can open this gate for you.
Emperor Hakan?
No time for pleasantries. I think I may have uncovered Bilal's assumed identity. I'm very close. But here's what you need to know. To find Cool's blood, you'll need to get through the aqueducts. There are 2 levers that control the entrance beneath the waterfall.
Have you located Belial?
Not yet, but I have some ideas. It is difficult. I have many advisors and other attendants close to me day and night. I will find him.
How are you able to appear before us?
They keep close watch on me. I can't leave the palace. I stole an amulet from the Vajera ambassador. I saw him use it before. But I don't have much time. You need to find the stone. Leave Bilal to me.
This place has the characteristic stench of demons. Most disgusting.
It's Belial. So long as he lives, all of Khaldoon is under siege. Uncle Deckard theorized that the demon lords leave demons in their wake, much like us leaving footprints.
Do you believe that?
Yes. The more I study my uncle's books, the more I realize that even I took his wisdom for granted.
The stench coming from those corpses could raise the dead. I should have...
I miss searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard, even though it did have its dangerous side. I can't tell you how many times I had to drag him away from an army of skeletons because he was fixated on some dusty old tapestry. That's one lever down.
Need more time. I am so good. I astound myself.
I really want you. That passage should lead to the Desolate Sands.
A secret door hidden behind a waterfall. How imaginative.
You would do better?
You shall see when we get to my archives.
Hello?
anyone alive out there? Are you still alive out there? Or is it the monsters? Oh, say yes if you are. Or you could clap. Thank you for releasing me. It was getting a little boring in there. I am seeking a magic crucible that legend says was hidden in these very aqueducts. It would be a valuable addition to my jeweler's tools. Help me find it, and I will be greatly indebted to you. Oh, how rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Covetous Shen.
Were you named by your enemies?
What? I have no enemies. Everybody loves Shen. I can't imagine why my young partner bashed me over the head and sealed me in there. This place is quite dangerous without a knowledgeable guide.
And I am to believe that you are such a guide?
Oh, yes! I could show you around the world 5 times and never stub a toe. What a fascinating place this is. Oh, look at all this wonderful architecture. You could walk all the way around the world and never find its like.
Crucible, it's mine!
Be careful, Gavin. It might be cursed. Dear, I did warn him. The crucible should be safe now. Pick it up. Pick it up. Poor little man. If I had known the crucible was cursed, I never would have brought him along. If you come see me in Chaldeum, I can show you how the crucible can combine jewel fragments. Well, you know, I've been searching for a certain jewel for a long, long time. I'm in no rush. But maybe if I go with you, I'll find it just like I found this crucible. May I come with you on your journey and make glorious jewelry for you?
That sounds like a good bargain.
Oh, the way out is just a little farther. I am starving. Do you think we'll find any good food down here?
Well, I've seen some piles of rotting carcasses.
How do you think they would taste? I have heard of many strange delicacies and partaken of many upon my journeys. But, oh, you were not serious.
You go on ahead. I'm going back to town. I need to learn the spell needed to restore Cool's body. I'll meet you when you get to the archives.
You and I are the same. But those others, the fallen angel, the witch, they're using you for their own ends. You choose to be their puppet. Yet the power of your birthright could make you a god.
How goes your divinity, Cool?
There's no need to be snide. Soon enough, I'll walk this world again. Then I'll show you what a Nephilim can achieve. Lie beneath this desert, perhaps even beneath the sands we now tread upon. Haradrim could not destroy them. They could only lock the door behind them. And I still have the keys.
We, the Zakarum, have endeavored to make Chaldeum a city of mercy and salvation, but we have not yet been able to convince the emperors to change the ancient policy of exile. Prisoners convicted of treason are still sent to the desolate sands to die, with nothing but the clothes on their backs.
I'm unstoppable. I'm just warming up. Still waiting. I am so good, I astound myself.
I can feel my blood nearby. They hid some of it beyond this portal.
Duriel is
Need
the
more
twin
time.
of Andariel. I believe that they conspired together to assist Diablo in releasing Mephisto and Baal, though they had both supported the lesser evils in the past. The Lord of Pain was found guarding Baal's prison, the tomb of Tal Rasha, when he was slain by heroes.
I am so good, I astound myself. Still waiting. Your defenses are nothing.
were strangely empty at first, but Cool laid traps everywhere, each step harder than the next. It was foolish to expect otherwise. Cool has prepared for many years for someone to come for him. Perhaps we are fools, and yet we must push on.
Finally, I have unlocked the secret of the Soul Stones once given to the Horadrim by Tyrael. An impressive creation, to be sure, but one that I am certain can be duplicated. No, not just duplicated, improved upon. My Soul Stone will be made to contain the souls of many demons, or even angels.
The evil of Mephisto, Lord of Hatred, was so pervasive that even after he had been defeated and entombed in a soul stone, his demonic essence oozed upwards into Travancore and corrupted the Zakarum priests. Though he fell to the same heroes who killed his brothers, I fear for us should he ever return.
In thousands of years of records, I cannot find a single account of a prisoner surviving exile to the desolate sands. The wastes are littered with bones that have been picked dry by the endlessly circling bloodhawks or desperate Lakuni. Those who die there meet their end without the sanctity of the life.
Still waiting. Not ready yet. Your grave awaits! Time to test my skill. Need more time. Still waiting. I am unstoppable. Your defenses are nothing.
The Zakarum scholar Brass wrote that the Desolate Sands were created after a mage clan battle sent out explosive energies that devastated the entire area. But he doesn't account for the enormous skeletons. No one has ever identified them. Were they a lost race of giant beasts? Demons? Mythical dragons? We may never know.
Some of my blood is within that cave. I can feel it. I believe with this Soul Stone, I will finally be able to unlock the true power of man. In ancient times, our kind possessed power unmatched in this dreary age. The Soul Stone, I will be able to elevate myself to the strength of my ancestors.
How does that feel? Not ready yet.
Need more time. If only they could see me now. Not ready yet. Your defenses are nothing. Still waiting. Your defenses are nothing.
Here is the entrance to my archives. Let me activate the portal. I had to build all of this for my research and my experiments. The Black Soul Stone was a complicated creation. I sacrificed much to make it.
Looks like I got here just in time. Emperor Hakan? What are you doing here?
Good, everyone's together. I came to tell you that I have found Bilal, and I am ready to lead you to him.
Then, once we have the Black Soul Stone, we can rid ourselves of the Lord of Lies forever.
All well and good, but first I will be made whole.
We're ready to do our part. Just you remember yours.
Have you discovered Belial's identity?
Yes, but we must be very careful. He has noticed your actions, and he grows nervous. You focus on the Soul Stone. We can confront Belial afterward.
Beyond these portals lie two relics that were once powered by my blood. Take the vials you recovered and use them to activate the relics.
I will stay here and prepare the ritual. Be careful. Even after everything we've come to know about Sultan Kull, I never imagined anything like this. Maybe Adria is right about the Black Soul Stone.
You doubted me. How disappointing. Angels are no better than demons. Did you know that they once voted on whether or not to eliminate all of mankind? Only one vote saved us from extinction.
That sounds like something Tyrael would have done.
Yes, whatever else he may be, he is the aspect of justice, and there is no justice in murder.
Must die.
ready yet. Your defenses are nothing.
I could have helped all men become Nephilim and ushered in a golden age. But my Herodic brothers could not accept man's true destiny.
We will seal the shadow locks with vials of the blood, and we will hide the blood in the desert under eternal guard. I can only hope that the world does not forget of Kul's evil, and his blood remains undisturbed beneath the shifting sands.
I am unstoppable. Need more time. I'm just warming up. Still waiting. I am unstoppable. Didn't see that coming, not ready did you?
We all agree that the end times are upon us. But do you truly believe that Belial and Asmodan could have engineered these events?
Who else? They are the last of all the Lords of Hell.
Try as we might, Kul simply cannot be killed. His cursed blood sustains him. He bleeds sand and his laughter mocks us. There is only one course of action left to us. We will separate his body and his head, and hide the body within the Shadow Realm.
The Horadrim did all this to lock my body away. They must have been very angry with me.
Of course they were. You had to be stopped.
They were never very imaginative.
I'm just warming up. I am so good. I astound myself. How does that feel? A foe worth killing. still waiting.
Trust me, I understand. But we are more alike than you know. We have both tasted what it is to be Nephilim. Join with me, and we can become the masters of this world.
I wish to save mankind, not to enslave it beneath my heel as you would.
He mocks my every step. I try to shut him out, but his chattering is ceaseless. He takes joy in taunting me. I will not rise to the bait. I will not give in to him. I long for the silence that will come once I secure his head away.
I have retrieved Cool's body.
Then let me begin the ritual. But I'm warning you, Cool. You'd better not cross us.
You are surrounded by deceit, young one. I am the least of your concerns. Concentrate, Leah. Soon now. Just a bit longer. Just a moment. Almost. Yes! My blood thunders within me. This fetid air fills my ravaged lungs. I am alive again.
You're welcome. We have done our part. Give us the Soul Stone, Cool.
Very well. The bargain stands. Quickly, to my sanctum. At long last, I can complete my life's work. All will tremble at my power. What is this? How has this happened? The souls of the dead lords of hell have been absorbed into the stone. Abandon your quest, Nephilim. Your allies seek only to control you. With the power I offer, you and I could rule over all creation.
You are mad, Cool. Give me the stone, or I will destroy
Wards have been triggered. It seems my brothers have finally come looking for me. Damn them. I am not ready. Too much of my power is invested in the stone's creation. I must finish it. The future of mankind depends on it.
Five lords of hell now reside within this stone. What are you hiding from us, Adria?
20 years ago, during the darkening of Tristram, Cain told me of Zoltan Kuhl's profane soulstone.
That's why you left me. You went to mark the demon's souls so that they could be drawn into Kuhl's vessel.
Yes, my daughter. I have sacrificed everything for this.
I think I was wrong about the jewel I seek. It's not in this land either. Oh, what a pity.
You said this jewel is yours, but not why you are looking for it.
Because it has killed thousands. And because I'm the only one who can hold it without harm.
Ah, I see.
Because you are a god.
No, because it has already taken everything from me that matters. But enough of that. I have gone too long without spiced beef and spicier wine.
I have thought more on what I am missing.
Oh?
Our progress seems to clarify things for me. It is difficult to explain.
If we keep going, maybe you'll remember more.
Yes. The spell that sent me to this time was bound to the Prophet. Now he is missing. And some parts of me are missing as well. Lost to the ages.
Perhaps you can retrieve them with magic?
Yes, but it will take a while. My skill is not so great as the Prophet's was.
I am prepared to read these key words. I will turn the page. How odd. They are simple words. Words that I have never seen together before. Oh, I can see everything. Water on a leaf. A burning hut. Light in my mother's eyes. Oh, make it stop! It's slowing now. I can... Oh, no! No! I was a young man. A promising soldier of Westmarch. The Order recruited me. They lied to me. Piled false sins upon me.
Why do you think they did this?
I do not know. But I am sure this is why John Dar turned from the Order. He was a fool. The Grand Maester cannot possibly know what his Inquisitors have done. When I return with the tomes, he will punish them for their sins. Please, I must think on this.
I don't like what Zoltan Kuhl is going to do to you. I told you he couldn't be trusted.
Are you going to tell me what he does? Or are you going to continue to just hint about it?
I changed the future to save someone once. I ended up causing the deaths of 3 others. I've told you all I can. I promise you.
Tell me of the time you changed the future.
There was a girl who'd been toying with dark magic. When I saw demon possession in her future, she begged for my help. Since she was already tainted, simply stopping her dabbling with magic would not be enough. So I crafted her a protective charm. Unfortunately, the demon was already loosed from hell. When it couldn't possess her, it spitefully chose her father. The possessed father killed the girl's mother and sister. When the demon showed the man what he had done, he took his own life. Last I heard, the girl had been committed to an asylum. Such sadness.
Hey lady, I got some new things. You should take a look.
How did you end up in Tristram?
You know, I've asked myself that. It was Mira's idea. I wonder if she saw something and knew that I needed to be there to help you. Did she know what was going to happen all along?
I'm sorry, my friend, but you had many happy years together. I'm sure she had no regrets.
Thank you. I need a moment alone.
I miss Uncle Deckard so much. It's hard going on without him.
You carry on his legacy. He would be proud.
Thank you. I'm going to get back to my research. I'm not sure what I expected it would be like to have my mother back. But it wasn't this. She's different than what I imagined. I can see the toll her mission has exacted from her, just as it had with my uncle.
What happens once we've trapped Belial and Azmodan in the Soul Stone?
Then I will shatter it, and the Lords of Hell will be no more.
Leah has become quite powerful.
The power was always within her. Now she's learning to control it.
Did she inherit her power from you?
I do not know where her power comes from. I spent a lifetime studying the ways of magic. It did not come so easily to me. While I was in Tristram, Deckard Cain told me of a black soulstone crafted by a renegade Horadrim. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but later, I realized its true significance. I knew the essences of the 5 slain lords of hell still existed in our world, so I spent the last 20 years locating and preparing them to be drawn into the stone when it was finished.
Finished?
Cool was interrupted during his first attempt. Now that the Soul Stone is finally complete, the Lords of Hell have been trapped within it. Know this. I have given everything, even my own blood, my own daughter, so that I could hunt Belial and Azmodan. Do not question my dedication. I have given more than any, and I will give more before the end comes. Controlling the Black Soulstone will be perilous.
Are you certain you can do it?
It won't be me who will use it. Only Leah, under my guidance, can wield it. Her power is far greater than mine, and it will ensure our success.
We've got to reach the Emperor. He said he can lead us to Belial.
Are you certain we can trust the child?
We have no choice. But know this, if Belial gets desperate, he will unleash hell upon Chaldeum.
So before we face him, we must evacuate the citizens. The Iron Wolves can help.
Well said. Let us proceed.
Belial has started his attack on the city. Let's go. Ashira is already at the sewers. Hurry! We'll keep you safe!
After the Zakarum priest's rituals were complete, they employed a group of reckless mercenaries, the Iron Wolves, to retrieve the child. They dubbed him Hakan II and installed him on the throne despite his scant years. Chaldeum has been in decline ever since, and I can see no reprieve in sight.
I am not going to the sewers, no matter what you say. I just bought these clothes.
Belial is raining fire down on the city in a desperate attempt to kill us.
When the fireballs began falling from the sky, we started evacuating the people. They will be safe here.
We will bring as many down as we can.
The Iron Wolves will assist you to the death.
I saw people hiding under the carts. Bring them to the sewers.
We can't risk our lives on this foolish heroism. We must go to the Emperor immediately.
We can't let these people die, Mother.
They'll die anyway. But if we die, Belial wins.
You may be right, but I still won't abandon them.
Save yourself! It's the end of the world! We have nowhere to hide. Who has brought this wrath down upon us?
Help me! I can't die like this!
I never believed it would end like this.
Who has brought this wrath down upon us?
Now to the gates. We have no time to lose.
Let's go.
Now, Leah, use your power just the way I taught you and bring down these gates.
Stand back. I still can't fully control it.
Halt!
Your master dies today!
For the servants of Belial.
That's
This will be a good battle.
again, daughter!
I feel so weak. I don't know if I can.
You must! Now! It is up to you now. Hurry! I must stay here and tend to Leah.
Praise the gods, you've arrived just in time. Show me the Soul Stone.
Oh, you'll see the stone when I trap your rotting soul within it, Belial.
Clever. But know this, Nephilim. Asmodan knows of the stone and the power it contains. Even if you defeat me, he will exterminate you and every last one of your misbegotten kind.
Undone! This world is mine! I cast off this illusions. Behold the true vision of the Lord of Hell!
Quickly, Leah. Seal Belial's soul within the stone. It is ironic that one as twisted as Zoltan Kuhl played so great a role in our salvation.
Kuhl was once a tireless enemy of Hell. From his life, let us learn. The longer we fight evil, the more it can corrupt our hearts.
Thank you for bringing sanity back to our city. Jaren and I owe you our lives.
Jaren?
That would be me. We hid during the bombardment, pressed together in a crevice. We had some time to, get to know each other.
He heroically shielded my body with his own throughout the entire night, and told me delightfully risque stories to keep me calm.
Happy to, my lady.
I always knew the Emperor was possessed by that demon. It explains everything.
Everything's gone the way of the burning hells around here as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you for saving us from that foul demon. He would have destroyed us all.
I thank you for what you have done.
I wish that my companions had lived to see this day. I know that they will rest easy now.
You are a true hero.
Things have gotten out of hand over the last few days. We have all said, done, things that we regret. But that is all in the past now. Things have gotten out of hand over the last few days. We have all said, done, things that we regret. But that is all in the past now. Thanks to you, I will return to my estate and never, never think of this time again.
Do you wonder what will happen in Chaldeum now?
We did what we could. It is up to their people to set things right.
Ashira will be there to keep the peace. I only hope they rebuild wisely. I've seen the ruin that Leoric and Diablo brought in Tristram. I would not wish it upon Chaldeum.
I sold everything I own just to get by. I appreciate everything you've done for us, but I have to leave. Chaldeum was never home to me. It was a beautiful prison. I may die out there on the road, but it will be in the open air, with the world stretching out before me.
Hey, you! Come here. Got some new stuff for you to look at.
Death may be upon us all soon, but I shall do what I can to ease your pain.
Do you think I could take a close look at that black soul stone? It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
No, it is an object of immense power, not a jewel to be coveted.
You think too little of me. The object of my search is as dangerous as anything. My expertise may be of some use to you. I am, after all, quite well versed in the knowledge of jewels and stones.
Do you remember anything else? Yes, faintly. My sisters and I were once mere servants in the house of a great Vigerai lord.
Oh, so he taught you magic?
No. I began reading his spell books out of curiosity and teaching magic to my sisters. Tricks, really. It was amusing for a time, but then I learned that he had begun to summon demons.
I knew you'd have an easy time defeating Belial.
I wouldn't say it was easy.
Oh, you're way too modest. Now, Azmodan, that's going to be a fight.
Hey, lady, I got some new things.
Today is a good day. You have liberated this land and brought low a lord of hell. Enjoy this moment, for tomorrow our war continues.
There is no time for rest. Even now, Azmodan plots our destruction.
The Lord of Sin is an uncanny tactician. He'll attack us where he believes we'll least expect it.
And where defeat would break our will to resist.
You are learning well, Leah. Now you must go to Chaldeum's great library and continue with your uncle's work.